Having someone you love who is drifting or even running away from God is really hard. All you want and pray for them is that they would turn to Jesus and see his amazing grace and love and life that is found in him, and how whatever that they're chasing after is ultimately not what they're really looking for or what they really need. Hi, I'm Coach Ricky, and in the story of the prodigal son in Luke 15, there's insight into what might need to happen in someone's life who is running away from God, and how you might need to approach the situation as well. In verse 11, Jesus says, "A man had 2 sons. The younger of them said to his father, 'Father, give me the share of the estate I have coming to me.' So he distributed the assets to them. Not many days later, the younger son gathered together all he had and traveled to a distant country where he squandered his estate in foolish living." So the younger son basically tells his dad, "Hey, I kind of wish you would die already. It just isn't happening soon enough, so give me my inheritance now." For the dad to give him his inheritance, this would have been extremely difficult for the dad to do. He can't just write him a check. He would have to sell off lots of land and animals, but the dad does it. And then once the younger son gets his money, gets his inheritance, he leaves. Basically saying, "I want nothing to do with this place or with my family." That was surely a punch to the gut for the dad, and just heartbreaking to see the son that he loved go. We see that the son squandered his money in wild living that was completely ungodly. Verse 14, after he had spent everything, a severe famine struck that country, and he had nothing. Then he went to work for one of the citizens of that country, who sent him into the fields to feed pigs. He longed to eat his fill from the carob pods the pigs were eating, but no one would give him any. When he came to his senses, he said, "How many of my father's hired hands have more than enough food, and here I am dying of hunger? I'll get up and go to my father." This is a tough situation. The younger son is working for someone and feeding pigs, and he is so poor and so hungry, he wishes that he could eat what the pigs are eating. Can you imagine actually watching pigs eat their slop and thinking, "Man, I wish I could eat some of that"? So crazy. But also see in this moment that the son is coming to his senses. This is the moment that he thinks he should go back home. Now, none of us want our kids or loved ones to get in this situation, but it might be what they actually need. They might need to hit rock bottom. They might need to be in the slop. I'm sure that the dad tried to talk some sense into his son before he left. I'm sure that the dad didn't want to see him go, and that he was praying day after day while his son was gone. But the dad did let him go. Sometimes that's something that we need to do. Just let go. In that, we realize that I can't control them. I can't make them make the right decisions. I can't make them come to their senses. Proverbs 23:9 says, "Don't speak to a fool, for he will despise the insight of your words." We don't need to keep hounding them if they don't want to listen. This is a decision that they're going to have to make, and it might have to be in a really rough situation for them to make it. We do what we can, and what we can do is very powerful. We pray, we love. We are ready when they come back. We embrace them, just like the father in this parable embraced his wayward son when he came back. So let me ask you a question. Is there somebody that you need to release to God today? Need to realize that I'm just not in control? Maybe comment down below and just say, "I'm letting go and I'm trusting God." Or share a prayer request for your prodigal. Go to someone and just share what's going on in that and say, "Would you pray with me? Let's support each other in faith and hope."